Hello my crafty friends! In this video we're going to be doing some relaxing fall DIY crafting. Now what I love most about these projects is that they were affordable, easy to make, and the end result is extremely high quality. I was even stunned at the finished pieces. So let's go ahead and get started. For our first relaxing fall DIY project, we're going to be using these beautiful half stencils along with this stencil, and we're going to be using this fun wood round. And I love these wood rounds. They're 11.8, basically 12, and they're quite thick. I love the thickness of them. So how we're going to start is I'm going to stain mine, because what I'm doing is I'm getting ready for fall in my online stores. So I'm going to stain this wood round completely front and back, and I'm going to be using some of this gel stain that I purchased from Hobby Lobby. It's very, very good. I love it. All right, and then once we have it stained on both sides and it's dried, we're now going to apply our first stencil, and that's going to be this little pumpkin stencil. And we're just gonna, and what I love most is that these stencils fit these wood rounds perfectly. So, and then we're just going to line it up here, making sure it's straight. Now I always like to pull my hanger up like this, and then what I do is I make sure it's straight, because you can get it kind of crooked, and then I go down from there and I mark right there. That way it kind of helps me keep things a little bit straighter when I'm putting them on. But you can also take the hanger off and put it on once you get your stenciling done, which I might end up doing that if it goes a little wonky on me, but we'll see. So I'm just going to line this up here like this, and then I'm going to use some tape, and I'm just using regular masking tape. Okay, so now we have that down, and I think I'm going to paint mine. Yeah, I think I'll paint them orange, my pumpkins orange, so let's try that. Or should I keep it all neutral and do white? I'm not really sure. What would you guys do? Would you keep it all neutral? But I think I'm going to use this orange. It's called, actually, serendipitous enough, it's called pumpkin. So, and then we're just going to take and load our sponge up, and I'm going to start very light. The stencil looks very nice, so let's see how this goes. And I'm just going to start very lightly, because I'm going to be selling these in my online store and locally here at markets, so I want to make sure we do a super professional job. So fingers crossed. All right, so once we have that painted on, we're then going to remove our stencil. Oh, look at how cute that looks. I love it. Look at that. That looks so perfect. Not too much, just the right amount of pumpkins. What do you think? Do you love it? All right, so now we're going to continue on, and we're going to paint our next stencil layer, and that is going to be, I might have to remove this and rehang it, but that's okay. We're going to move on, and I'm going to take this welcome with the little pumpkin stencil. How cute is it? And we're going to put it right here, like that. And I think what I'm going to use is I'm going to use this folk art parchment. All right, now I have it stenciled, and I want it to kind of be like faded rustic. So let's see if I achieve that. We're going to remove our stencil. Oh yes, it looks so cute. It's like perfect. I love it. All right, so now I'm going to hang this over here so I can wash it here in a minute. Now you can leave the stencil marks. You see how the letters aren't connected? You can leave those just like that, and I think that is a cute design, but I'm going to connect mine, and I do that with just a little paintbrush. So let me grab my paintbrush and we'll paint in our little marks. All right, and you can see it is the tiniest of brushes. And I'm just going to dip it right into my parchment paint, dab it off, and then we're just going to freehand and connect our lines. Now that we have our letters connected, I think they look so cute. I'm going to take mine outside and I'm going to give it 2 or 3 good coats front and back of this Rust-Oleum satin clear enamel. What I love most about this is it's UV resistant and non-yellowing. So what that does is it keeps the design from fading if you're going to be hanging this on your front porch. And you can also spray your bows with this as well, and that keeps them from fading. So since I'm selling them, like I said, I'm going to take this out and give it 3 good coats, and I'll be right back. All right, so now we're back in from clear coating it, and I think it looks so beautiful. We also did the back. So now I'm going to take some greenery. I have this little bit of lamb's ear greenery, and I'm just going to add it to the top. I love how it's kind of a faded kind of greenery, a softened greenery, and I'm going to be using this ribbon. I made a bow out of it, and I took it out and I sprayed it with some of this satin clear coat so that way it won't fade. And now I'm just going to take the 2 pieces of greenery and I'm going to staple them onto my board. All right, so now we have that stapled on. And now we're going to add our bow. And I'm just going to glue mine down first, and then I will come in and secure it with the staples. And then once we have it glued on, I actually changed my mind. I'm not going to staple it because I'm using the Gorilla hot glue, and that stuff is really good. It does not fall off. I've had wreaths out on my door in the blazing South Florida sun, and they didn't fall off. So if that's not a test, nothing is. Because even if it wasn't in the sun, I'm telling you, just being out there is like it melt you. But anyway, we have this finished door hanger, and I love the simplicity of it. What do you guys think? For this project, we're going to be using this fun brown paper mache pumpkin. I purchased this from Hobby Lobby, but you can buy them anywhere really. And we're going to be using some fall napkins. And I just love the pattern of these napkins. So let's go ahead and get started. And it's going to be super, super easy, but so pretty, I think. We're going to be taking some Mod Podge, and we're just going to be Mod Podging our napkins onto our pumpkin. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Okay, so now that we have our Mod Podge in our bowl, we're going to start by prepping our napkins. And I just took the napkins and I pulled them apart. Now these napkins have 3 layers. I pulled them apart and I cut them into strips. So you're going to have this thin little napkin strip. And I think they're so pretty. And you can paint your pumpkin. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just going to leave mine brown because I want that nice rustic brown undertone to my napkins. So, and then it's just basically, we're going to Mod Podge our pumpkin. And I think everyone knows how to Mod Podge. I think, I mean, if you're a crafter, you do, I guess. But if you're a beginner, maybe you don't. So you just start by painting on your Mod Podge. Now, some people iron it. Some people, you know, They do all kinds of fancy stuff, but for me, I'm just gonna put it on here, and then I'm gonna stick my napkin on. Whoa. Let me see if I can do this here. And I'm just gonna take my napkin, and I'm just gonna stick it into the Mod Podge, and I'm gonna bring it down to the bottom of my pumpkin. And then I'm just gonna bring it out along the edge. And I want it crinkly. I want it to look as kind of rustic and old-timey, as I like to call it. Old-timey, rustic, primitive, whatever you guys want to call it. But anyway, and then I'm just going to do this completely around the whole pumpkin. And it's going to be so cute. So let's go ahead and get that done. And then once I have my napkin stuck on, I'm going to go back over it with the Mod Podge. So let's go ahead and get all of our napkin pieces on. And what I want is I want them to fit side by side. So I don't want any open spots. But even if there is an open spot, it's not going to be that noticeable because the whole napkin pattern is brown. All right, and then once we have it all Mod Podged, we're just going to let it dry. All right, and once our pumpkin has dried, do you not love that pumpkin? Oh my! This turned out even better than I had anticipated. This is stunning in person. Oh my gosh, I even surprised my own self. Now, to keep this DIY super, super simple, I wanted a brown velvet bow on mine, but I couldn't find the ribbon that I liked. But better yet, I found this cute little hair bow at Hobby Lobby, and it is the perfect match to my pumpkin. So let's go ahead and put our bow on. Now, you could just leave it on the clip and maybe clip it to a ribbon around. That way you save the bow, or you can remove it from the clip. Now, what would you do? Would you keep it on there and just put it on? Or would you remove it and glue it down? I don't know what I will do. Let me see here. It is super, super cute though. All right, I think what I'm going to do is I think I will glue mine down. And for mine, I think I'm definitely going to take it off of the clip and I'm going to glue it down. But to do that, I'm going to take my clip, which I don't really care about, and I will remove the ribbon carefully here. I'll just open up the glue part of it. Let me see here. There we go. See, I'm just taking it and I'm just removing the little piece there. Then I'll take this out, the little metal piece, and we'll just put that to the side. Then we'll just glue our ribbon right back in place. Like this. And then you have the perfect bow. Now, I think these would be perfect. Have you ever seen the bows at Dollar Tree? That would be a perfect use for those hair bows at the Dollar Tree. I think they would make perfect craft bows, especially if maybe you don't want to make a craft bow, or maybe you don't know how, or maybe you just want to have an affordable bow ready for your project. So now I'm just going to glue mine down to my pumpkin. I'm going to have to keep my eyes peeled for the bows at Dollar Tree now because my mind is cooking with ideas. All right, so now we're just going to glue our bow down. Oh my goodness, this is so cute. Oh, I love it. I love it, I tell you. And you can do whatever you want. You could embellish it with more. You can embellish it with greenery, whatever you want. I'm just going to fluff my bow up here to show it to you guys. But I love this bow. They had other ones too. in the home decor section, which would be stunning as well. And then we have this cute, cute pumpkin. And how easy was that? And how gorgeous is this pumpkin? Oh my gosh, why am I screaming? I love this so much. And you can do this with any pumpkin size too. It would be kind of neat to do like a set of these. Wouldn't that be adorable to make a set with the larger, this would be the middle and then a smaller? Oh my goodness. And then you could use all the napkins that coordinate color-wise for your set. Ah, that's taking me out right there. I love it. What do you guys think? Will you do it? I hope so. For this quick little project, we're going to be using a piece of 1x6 that's been cut down square. Now, a 1x6 actually measures 5.5 inches, so it's 5.5 inches by 5.5 inches. We're also going to be using this cute little fall napkin. I think this is so adorable. And we're going to start by painting our wood brown. Now we have it painted brown. We're going to take our napkin. We're going to pull apart the layers of our napkin and get to the very bottom layer. Like this one has 3 layers. So I'm going to take probably a piece of tape and try to get the really close layer off here. Let's see if we can do it. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. There we go. And then we're just going to gently tear our layer off. And what I love about this napkin is it gives you 4 opportunities or 4 pumpkins, because it's all sides has the design on it. So I think that's pretty neat. All right, so we got that done. And then we're going to take and we're going to put this pumpkin design onto our wood, like that. Like that. And you can do whatever you want. You can use Mod Podge. You can use any kind of adhesive. You could use glue stick, whatever you want. But I'm going to take mine out, and I think I'm going to use some of this Craft Bond spray. And I'm going to spray my wood and then attach my napkin. So let's go do that now. And then once we have it sprayed on there, look at how perfectly that's stuck. I got a little wrinkle, but no other wrinkles. I love it. So now you can do one of 2 things. You can trim it off with scissors and then finish it off with sandpaper, or you can just go straight to sandpaper. But what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to trim mine, and then I'm going to finish with the sandpaper. All right, we got that trimmed. Then I'm going to take my sandpaper. Perfect. Now we have this perfect piece. Oh, look at how pretty that is. And now we have our sides knocked off of our napkin. So now what I'm going to do is just embellish mine a little bit, and I'm going to be using one of these words from this packet of words from Hobby Lobby. They have them every season, and you get 2 of each word, and I think they're so cute, and what a bargain that is. $2.49 and then 40% off. Yeah, you can't beat that. Now, the word that I'm going to use, I was thinking about using grateful because I think that is so pretty, but I think what I'm going to use is blessed because it fits perfectly on my wood piece. So let's go ahead and glue that down. And then once we have our bow on, we're left with this cute little desk sitter, table sitter, shelf sitter, whatever, counter sitter, whatever you want to call it. And I think it turned out so cute. I love working with napkins, especially for the holidays. Now I purchased a lot of napkins to do my DIYs with, but what I did also is I created some fall napkin packets, and I'll have those for sale in my shop. I'll have that link below and you'll find them there. So if you want to recreate any of these, or maybe you have other ideas and you know, don't want to commit to 9,000 napkins like me, they'll be there for you.